This game will be played Monday Night Football at the Coliseum. The Kansas City Chiefs sitting at 9-1, their lone loss coming on the road to the New England Patriots, and the Los Angeles Rams sitting at 9-1, their only loss on the road at the New Orleans Saints. Very even matchup here, very exciting matchup. For this game to be played in Week 11 with both of these teams being 9-1, that is very exciting stuff. For the weather in Los Angeles, we're looking at 63 degrees at kickoff and about 58 at the end of the game, so you guys might want to bring a little bit of something, unless you're just hopped up on adrenaline, which is pretty much what happened to me at the Rams-Broncos game. I didn't really feel a whole lot of cold after I got, kind of into it and getting excited and stuff, so you guys should be okay out there. That game was in the 20s. This game is obviously Monday Night Football, which is on ESPN. Joe Tessitore and Jason Witten will be on the call. And I don't like to bash too many people, but Jason Witten is definitely going through some learning curves of the commentary aspect of football. If you haven't seen on YouTube, there's a compilation video of Jason Witten making just ridiculous comments, and it's absolutely hysterical. I definitely recommend watching that one. I'll link it in the YouTube video if you guys want to check that out there. Now, the line opened up at 1.5 in favor of the Rams, 1.5, and has now since moved to 3.5 for the Rams, and that was after that move to Los Angeles. As the game-wise, that kind of shifted the line a little bit towards the Rams' favor. The over-under is the highest in NFL history, opened up at 63.5, now sits at 63, so kind of what I was telling somebody, I think the losing team in this game is going to score 35 points. So we're looking at minimum, if somebody has to win that game, we're looking at minimum 71 points if I think that the loser is going to score 35, which is just a lot of points. Honestly, that's a whole bunch of points, which is going to be really fun to watch, though. I think this game is going to be very high scoring. Both defenses kind of struggling right now. Both defenses giving up a lot, but both offenses are just ridiculous, to put it simple. They're absolutely insane. They do so many different things. The Rams do a lot of things out of, if you listen to the game, if you watched the Rams and Seahawks game, based on every single sentence that Tony Romo said, the Rams do a lot of different things out of the same look. And the Chiefs, they are just all over the place. You don't really know what they're doing and when. They're kind of sporadic in that regard. The Kansas City Chiefs are 4-1 on the road, and the LA Rams are 5-0 at home. That is mirrored in each other's records. Both teams are 5-0 at home and 4-1 on the road. Let's take a look at the matchup for this game. Kansas City offense versus the LA defense. Total offense, the Kansas City Chiefs are 3rd. The Rams defense is 13th. Passing the football, the Chiefs rank 4th. The Rams defense ranks 11th against the pass. Running the football, 13th for the Chiefs and 24th against the run for the Rams, so not awesome ranking there. And total points scored, the Chiefs are putting up 35.3 per game. That is 2nd in the NFL, and the Rams defense is giving up 23.1, which is 12th. Take a look at the Rams offense versus the Chiefs defense. We have total yards. The Rams are 2nd in the league, just barely above the Chiefs, and the Chiefs defense is 29th. So that's a pretty big difference there. 13th for the Rams, 29th for the Chiefs as far as defense goes. But if you look at the most recent weeks, Rams defense is giving up a lot. Passing the football, the Rams are 5th in the league. The Chiefs defense is 28th. Running the football, the Rams are 2nd in the league. That is the first time since going into the Denver game the Rams have not been ranked 1st. And then the Chiefs defense is 23rd. Points per game, the Rams are putting up 33.5. That is 3rd in the NFL. And the Chiefs defense giving up 24. That is tied for 16. So if you're just looking at averages there, you got 35.3 versus 23.1. That's pretty tight. You would guess that team's probably going to put up 28 points if you look at it in that regard. But same for the Rams offense versus the Chiefs defense. Very tight in there. There's no statistic that you can really point to say that this team has the clear advantage. Of course, you can look at the defensive rankings for the Chiefs versus the Rams, but again, if you look at the last 4 or 5 games for the Rams, those numbers are definitely falling in not the right direction. The history of this matchup, the Chiefs lead the all-time series 7-4. The most recent game was on October 26th of 2014. That was at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Rams did lose that game 34-7. The very first game between these two was on September 16th, 1973, again at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Rams won that game 23-13. Total points scored in this matchup, the Chiefs have put up 277, the Rams have put up 196. The Chiefs have won the last 6 games against the Rams. Do you know what that means? That means the last Rams win? That was a long time ago. That was September 25th of 1994, and that was at Kansas City. 16-0 was the score of that game. But if you guys know what that means, 1994 was the last Rams win, which means the St. Louis Rams never beat the Chiefs. Not one time did the St. Louis Rams win against the Kansas City Chiefs. There have been 2 shutouts in this series. The Rams own both of those. They won both of the shutouts, and both of those games were 16-0. That was in 1994 and 1985. This is the 6th version of LA Rams versus the Chiefs. So they've only played as the LA Rams 5 times. Some notes on this game also. This is the first Monday Night Football game at the Coliseum since 1985. That one was hosted by the Raiders. And this is the first time the Rams host a Monday Night Football game at the Coliseum. Yeah, that's at the Coliseum, not just Los Angeles. At the Coliseum since November 19th, 1979. That November 19th is a relevant date considering that November 19th, 2018 is the Rams Monday Night Football game against the Chiefs, which will be pretty cool. So exactly, what is that? Oh man, I'm bad at math. Was that 39 years? I believe 39, I think is right. Very long time, but on the nose though. Same exact date, which is cool. This is the first time ever that 2 opposite conference teams with just 1 loss will meet this late in the season. So pretty interesting stuff there. Again, this matchup is just really exciting from top to bottom. Every way you look at it, this matchup is really tight. This is also the first time ever that 2 teams averaging at least 33 points per game will meet this late in the season. We kind of had some numbers like this against the Saints, but this is obviously later than that. This is now week 11, no longer week 9. It's post week 10 for that matchup of 2 teams meeting, averaging at least 33 points a game. And according to Las Vegas, Bovada, all those guys, this is the most likely Super Bowl matchup. We are watching what Vegas says is the most likely Super Bowl matchup. A lot of people are thinking that this is a Super Bowl preview. Do you think it's a Super Bowl preview? I want to know. I need to know. I have to know. I need you to comment wherever you're listening to this and tell me if you think that this is going to be the Super Bowl matchup. Because if it is, then this game could be very telling. We could see some things in this game that maybe we need to look back at. Maybe this is a game that later on we'll be talking about. We'll see. The Rams got to take care of their business first, though, right? The Rams have to get to their Super Bowl. It doesn't matter who they're playing; they just have to get there. And I'm not opposed to that. I don't know if any of you Rams fans are opposed to that. But that is going to do it for the first half. On the other side, we've got Fan Case. Hey guys, thanks for checking out the YouTube video. This week's trivia question on the Rams Showcase Facebook page, pregame live, will be about the Chiefs and Rams history. So make sure you guys know your knowledge. The Chiefs are up in the series all-time 7-4, so it is a pretty tight series. Not a lot of games, just 11. This is only the 12th time ever that these teams are playing, so make sure you guys know that history. Nobody got my trivia question last week. My trivia question last week was, what is the Rams' all-time home record against the Seahawks? No one was able to answer that one, so I did not do a giveaway last week because I stumped everybody, which was fun for me. I don't really do that very often. I think I've only done it twice in my trivia question history. Make sure you guys check out all of the Rams Showcase social media pages. That's at Rams Showcase on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook.com/Rams Showcase. You can follow me as well. I'm at SheriffJoeBags on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook.com/SheriffJoeBags. If you guys want to listen to the full episode, everything we talked about before the Rams and Chiefs game, and then of course the fan cases on the other side of the commercial break, then I will post a link for the full episode in the comment section below. I will also share a link to that video of Jason Witten and his hilarity doing commentary. You're not going to want to miss it. It's absolutely hilarious. I stand by it. It's got the Sheriff Joe Bag stamp of approval for sure. Thanks for checking out the YouTube video, guys.